bad movies. You either hate them or you're a masochist who watches them. Personally, I'm the second option.
What did he say?
See, I love movies, even some of the cringy ones. The only movies I could watch was on VHS tape, of course. My family lived in the jungles of Trinidad, so we had to buy movies from a sketchy Asian guy that may or may not have been part of an underground hamster fighting club that I may or may not have taken part in. Rest in peace, little Jimmy. You were the best fighter I bet money on. Looking up on us right now. I didn't have the privilege, unlike you rich people, to watch movies in theaters or on DVD. I had to use my sister's toaster oven to watch pirated movies. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about my experience with bad movies. The first movie I want to talk about is Eternals. Yes, it's about... Dang, 3 years old. Thought it was newer. The Eternal movie, in the nicest words, absolute trash. I'm talking bottom, the pickle jaw bad. I swear the juices in between my butt cheeks can make a better movie than this trash. You might be asking me, what's so bad about it? Let's just pretend that this isn't Marvel trying to make their own little Justice League, but I'm telling you, I've never heard of the Eternals in Marvel Comics. Maybe it's because I don't read, but still, I'd rather watch live action The Last Airbender on Netflix than this trash movie. Nah, it wasn't that bad, but still, it was pretty bad. For those who haven't seen the movie or just wanted to forget it, let me just give a short summary or jog your memory. Let's go back in memory lane. The movie begins with the Eternals arriving on a big fidget spinner. After that, they show a scene where all the Eternals are in a circle around this transformer with Down syndrome looking dude. Then some lady opens her eyes and says, "It is time." When this movie started, I thought, hey, this seems like a pretty cool movie. Then they show the scene with the boy and his father. For those who don't know or forgot, this is a scene where a boy's cutting fish with an obsidian knife. Okay, bro's playing Minecraft up in here. Mining away. But out of nowhere, my man's dad gets chomped down like a fruit snack by a spaghetti monster looking thing. Cut a few minutes of action later, the Eternals are fighting the spaghetti monster.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
After fighting the monsters, they do a whole lineup like the Justice League. Wink, wink. And get your small redhead out of here. Go.
Get the hell out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
After staying on Earth for thousands of years, they defeat all the deviants. Oh, by the way, those are what the spaghetti monsters are called. They live among humans, but are forbidden
Good game.
to interfere in human conflicts unless deviants are involved. I don't know, but hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
But after a new type of deviant shows up, again, the main girl named Cirrus, I don't know, she's like Midas, she turns anything she touches into like some different type of material. It has a fancy name. I'm not looking into it. 1, I'm not trying to read all that. 2, I'm too lazy to do my own research. Anyway, Cyrus gets the band back together to fight the new threat.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
And then some other things happen with a god or something. I really don't care. And that's pretty much all of the movie. In my opinion, this movie wanted me to go to my local crackhead and beat the bricks out of him with my pool noodle filled with rocks. Don't ask me why I have that. Okay? Or you'll be next. I don't play these games. Anyway. But if we're being serious, the movie was either boring when it wasn't in action, or there was just too much CGI that it was too much action. So Marvel kind of did a no-no on this one. I didn't like it that much. But I swear to God himself, if they make a Eternals Part 2, I'm gonna lose it. Anyway, it was a mid-movie. Didn't really hook me into the story. The spaghetti monsters were kind of good. Good CGI. That's what Marvel is good for now these days. Anyway, but it was pretty forgettable, I'm gonna be honest, because I only remember it when I was talking to my sister about bad movies. The only good thing about Eternals is they got my man Mon Doong-suk. Oh my god, he made me cry while watching Train to Busan. Oh my god! Oh, they also got the guy who plays the clown in it. Next movie. Five Nights at Freddy's. Now I know I might be crucified for hating on this movie, but it was absolutely kind of good. Okay, let me explain. When I first heard of this movie coming out, I was hyped. I was fired up to see my woman, Torchica. But then someone told me that it was based on FNAF 1 characters, so I cried. I don't get my toy Chica, but hey, when I wiped my tears, I saw hope. Because one, this was a big deal, not just for me, but for all the freaks in the FNAF community that were also disappointed when they said it was based on FNAF 1 characters. Maybe a small part of them might have been really excited because of that. Anyway, I was pretty hyped to see this movie. I remember when it was free on some streaming service. I think it was Netflix or Amazon Prime, I don't remember. Might have just watched it on my Chiwi iPad tablet. Don't ask me these questions. Anyway, well, let's see, where was I? But I watched the movie and I got to see my favorite animatronics. Bonnie looked good. Chica's big back self. Freddy. And there was another guy. I don't know. He had a hook. I don't know. Anyway, at first it seemed cool. But then it got kind of worse. Don't get me wrong. I loved the movie. Like, the story is pretty good for, I'm gonna say it, a Flash game.
What's wrong with you, bro? What the heck?
Yeah, fight me in the comics. Okay? That game is just a Flash game with extra steps, okay? Maybe it's because I don't like sitting in a room for long periods of time, but that's besides the point. Okay? Anyway, the live action was cool, the animatronics were cool, except Big Back Chica. Except when it got to the gore and horror aspect of it. Jesus, it was so bad. If horror movies were rated on the gore of it, FNAF gets -1 out of 10. That's how bad the gore was. Call me a psychopath, but I think horror movies should have gore. But then there's a moment where it's too much gore, like Terrifier. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Anyway, I watched the movie, and through the whole movie, I was thinking, when are we going to see someone stuffed in a suit? I waited, and I waited like a dog in the rain, and it never showed up. The only gore I got was seeing the fat man in the closet dead. You know, the one that was breaking into the FNAF. Spoilers, by the way. Bro didn't even look like he was killed by an animatronic. He looked like he had a heart attack. But overall, it was good. Thriller. You heard me right. Thriller movie, okay? The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. I bet all of y'all forgot about this movie till now because the movie is trash or forgettable. I watched this on Disney Plus with the family, and oh my god, it was horrible. It is literally Alice in the Wonderland if it was Russian. That's it. I'm telling you, the only good thing about it was the CGI. Like this, Disney nowadays is always either the CGI that's good or look at Elemental. I haven't seen that movie, but from what I've heard and seen on the trailers, that thing only has good CGI. It's just water physics. That's all it is. Now, where was I? Oh yes, the villain of the Nutcracker and the Four Realms is Miss Candy Crack, because gosh dang, she was on crack. I will argue with you if she wasn't. She was on some type of hallucinogenic. Would it be drug? I don't really care. But don't get me started on the main character. She was literally a copy and paste of Tim Burton's Alice from Alice in the Wonderland. Okay? If you guys want to rate that's a bad movie, I will fight you in the comics. The second movie is bad. The first movie is good. Okay? Square up. Anyway, but I bet some of you don't know what happens in the movie. I'll break it down quickly. The main girl named Clara falls a golden string into Russian Alice in the Wonderland. You might be asking, whoa, you just kind of jumped ahead. Okay, fine. Here we go. The main girl, Clara's at a huge, ball thing. I really don't know. I've never been outside the house. I'm trapped in my house. Anyway, she follows a golden string once she goes into the yard and dances with people. That's right. I wonder what movie that's from. Anyway, she follows a golden string into a Russian Alice in the Wonderland type of place. She meets this Nutcracker when trying to go across a bridge. You know, I gotta be honest with you guys. When I saw the Nutcracker, he had a pretty good thing. That's the only thing that I kind of liked from it. The costumes are pretty good. Except Clara. Raggedy-eyed dress. Man, don't get me started. I will absolutely roast that girl. Anyway, once she meets this Nutcracker, and for those who don't know, a Nutcracker is not a torture weapon. It's a Russian toy soldier. Anyway, blah blah blah. She goes to the castle where she meets the Sugar Plum Fairy. Clara talks to the fairy and finds out that all the realms are at war, and so she and the Nutcracker go on a journey to unite the realms, blah blah blah. Overall, the movie was okay. There are some things I really hate about it. Maybe it's because this movie was made for kids. I'm talking... No, this movie wasn't even made for kids. It was probably made for 12-year-olds. Or 10-year-olds, okay? Anyway... What was I saying? Oh yeah, overall, the movie was okay, but unlike the Eternals, I would be okay watching it if I was forced and my balls were held hostage. In the conclusion, modern movies are trash, and The Greatest Showman is underrated. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the lights. From now on, what's waiting for tomorrow's stars tonight? Tonight, let this promise and